We want to welcome each and every one of you to this special edition of Wealth Builders. We thank you for being on with us this morning. I'm going to quickly move myself out of the way and bring a dynamic leader to the front of the Zoom. She is a presidential diamond ring earner, signifying over $500,000 residually in a 12-month calendar period. Guys, she is moments away from the double diamond ring. She earns $60K in a monthly basis. She's the #6 money earner in Planet Marketing out of over 121,000 active agents with a team well over 17,000 independent travel agents. And Planet Marketing's 2022 MVP, none other than our very own 6-star director, JP Watkins Mukes. Are you in the building? We see you.
I am in the building. Good morning, Kevin. How's it going, everybody? Y'all are up early. You know what? You see how y'all act? Y'all early in the morning for Frazer. But when we get on at night, y'all struggling. Y'all coming in slow. So you see how you act? Now I know the discipline that you can produce. Now I know it's 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and y'all are like this. Y'all are Kevin, do you see this? Do you see this? And so I am so proud of you. First of all, thank you for being on today, hosting every single Monday. You do this, and you work by day. You're a father, you're a minister on the side. You do it all. And so, Kevin, thank you for your servant leadership as a goal builder on your director run. We love you, Team Player of the Year. We have a very special guest on today. This gentleman, I am going to introduce to some and present to others, has revolutionized the industry of network marketing because he has brought in and helped us to understand the big bad social media, which many of us just don't understand. He has really, really helped us with this. What I love about his story is that he, like me, my parents were in network marketing. My mom was in network marketing. His parents were in network marketing. Tried to get him to understand the beauty of being your own boss. And for many years, he rejected it. He subsequently, in his 20s, his early 20s, embraced it and said, you know what? I can do this a better way. And because he made that decision, he is the #1 social media coach in the world. This gentleman has served over 300,000 customers, but he has indirectly impacted over 1 million businesses. 3 best-selling books, 1, 2, 3. And you guys already know one of my favorite books is I Dare You. And this gentleman, again, very humble, very modest. He's a giant in the industry of network marketing, and he made time for us today. None other than Frazer Brookes. How are you doing, Mr.?
That was awesome. Can you just keep going? Like, this is just like, just keep going. Your energy, your posture, your confidence, your presence, the color purple on you is looking fire, by the way. Like, I don't know if that's your color, like that's your thing, but like, whoop, I'm happy that I got the purple lights out just for you. All right.
Yes.
So
It wasn't
thank
planned.
you so much for having me. I'm so excited to. I'm so excited to be here. I'm back in Dubai right now. I've just been around Europe, and I was in Chicago in the US for a little bit. I was doing events in Germany and Switzerland and the UK and Hungary. And I'll share a little bit about my story, and then we're going to go into the absolute fundamentals in network marketing. Because hey, it's all about doing the basics better more often. Like that's like the key. If you want to be successful, do the basics better more often. When everyone else is making it fancy, simplify, because simple scales, fancy fails. The more fancy, the more fancy and complicated it is, the slower your growth is going to be. So I'm not going to teach you any hacks. No, I thought he was going to teach me all the hacks. You'll do the hacks for a few days, but you won't do them for a few years. Habits beat hacks, right? If you can have if you can do the repeatable hacks over and over and over again, become better at them, do them more often than everyone else, you will progress. And some of you guys are frustrated because you've been in the business longer than some people who have had more success than you. Why? They're doing the basics. over and over and over again while you're trying to learn how does the algorithm work on Pinterest? Like, what should I put in my thumbnail on YouTube? What's the 7th word in the title that I should use? What's the absolute best hashtag to attract people who love elephants? Like, it's like, who cares? It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So, my story, my network marketing career started in 1987, but I wasn't born until 1988. I know some of you were like, what? He's not that old. I know. I was born in 1988, but my mom and dad, they were so broke they couldn't afford to pay attention. It was a joke at how broke they were. And my dad said, my mum was pregnant with me. He had this 5-bedroom house, but it was one of those houses that if you like leant against the wall, the whole house would fall over. So everyone's kind of like walking around like on eggshells, like don't touch the walls, the house is going to fall over. He couldn't pay the mortgage and he couldn't afford to do the house up. They couldn't renovate it or develop it. So he says, right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to live, like my dad, my mum, and my mum pregnant with me. We're going to live in bedroom 1 and we're going to rent the rooms to bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4, and bedroom 5. So he puts an advertisement in the newspaper, and within a week, there are people living in bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4, bedroom 5, the living room, the dining room, and the 2 bedrooms or the 2 rooms in the basement. There are 14 strangers living in this house. And my dad wakes up one day, cloudy-eyed, he hasn't got his glasses on, and he makes his way to the bathroom. He opens the door, and someone's on the toilet going about their morning routine. Let's just say the morning routine. And they're like, whoa, 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 get out, get out. My dad's like, whoa, I'm so sorry. And at that moment, he had the second most important emotion that anyone needs to have in order to succeed, and that is enough is enough. I've just been thrown out of my own bedroom. I've had enough of having no money. I have enough of sharing my house with 14 strangers. I've had enough of the idea that my first child is going to be born into this world in 5 months. I've had enough. It's the second most important emotion. So he gets downstairs, he goes into the kitchen, and on the kitchen table, there's a picture of an Aston Martin sports car. Now remember, it's 1987. James Bond drives the Aston Martin DB5. There's the picture of the Aston Martin DB5 with MLM, MLM, MLM written above it. Now, remember, guys, it's 1987. There was no Google. There was no internet, right? There was none of that. He wasn't going to phone a friend to ask what MLM stood for. So he decides that MLM stood for Make Love Monthly. That's what he thought it stood for. Make Love Monthly, Make Love Monthly, Make Love Monthly. I drive an Aston Martin. You can too. Call me now. So he's like, winner, winner, Make Love Monthly. My wife's pregnant. Happy days. And I can drive this Aston Martin. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, who's speaking, please? Hey, my name's Simon Brookes. I've seen your newspaper advertisement about Making Love Monthly and driving an Aston Martin. And the guy's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's not Make Love Monthly. It's multi-level marketing. It's like, multi-level marketing? What's multi-level marketing? Well, multi-level marketing is... And he tries to explain multi-level marketing. If you've ever tried and explained the model, it just gets confusing. It starts out so simple, and you're like, you just got to build a team of people who like promote a product or a service and get people to do the same thing. And then it turns into rocket science. It's E multiplied by D equals A divided by S1. And it's like, what the heck? So my dad's like, it makes no sense to me, but like, I need to do something. I don't care what it is. I'm desperate. The guy says, come along to an event. There's 400 or 500 people coming. Bring your wife. He goes, my wife's like 5 months pregnant. Like, I don't know if it's a good idea. He goes, bring her. I was in the room, in the womb at that event. I was in the room, in the womb. And my dad at that event had the number 1 most important emotion. The second one is enough is enough. The first one, the most important emotion that you can ever have is if they can do it, so can I. And if you've had that emotion, I want you to write the number 1 in the chat. Because there's only really one place that you really get this emotion, and it's in-person events. This is why it's so important to be in the room. Oh, but I like to do it online. Don't care. Get in the room. You might think that you found success stories. They're like, but when you meet someone in the hallways and you realize that just like you, when you bump into them in the bathroom and you go, hang on, they poop like me too, you realize, okay, we're all the same. What's stopping me? Make sure you go into the right toilet, right? Women to the women, men's to the men's. We don't want to confuse that. So he thinks enough is enough. If they can do it, so can I. And he elbows my mum in the stomach, saying, if they can do it, so can I. And that was me in the head. He's elbowing me in the head, saying, hey, you in there. Daddy's going to be a success. And on the 26th of October, 37 years ago now, 37 in a week, 37 years in a week, he joined the profession of network marketing and has made millions and 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 millions. I know in Planet Marketing, 121,000 people in the company. He had 156,000 in his team, right? So take the whole company, add 35,000 people. That was his team. He was relentless. He worked his ass off. But imagine this. Imagine the perfect prospect. Imagine it. Here is what the perfect prospect is. Someone who has spent 100% of their life being surrounded by successful network marketers. That was me. My entire life. Every single person that came through the house was a successful network marketer. They might not have started as a successful network marketer, but they became one. So I saw the fortune, the fame, the freedom, the fun, the family, everything that network marketing can give you. So my dad's thinking, as soon as this kid is 18 years old, as soon as he's 18 years old, he is in and he's going to crush it because he's been around it his entire life. So my 18th birthday, I'm just about to blow out the candles of my birthday cake, which is fruit cake, because I love fruit cake with the marzipan and the icing on top. And oh my God. Anyway, I'm about to blow the candles out. My dad says, stop. I've got your birthday present in my office. Now, I did not know what the birthday present was. I just assumed that because my friend said, your 18th birthday, you're going to get a Rolex because your dad's got loads of money. And that's what 18-year-olds get when their parents have got loads of money. I go, I don't even know what a Rolex is. It tells the time, but I just ask for the time. What's the point? And he goes, he's going to get you a Rolex. So he brings me into the office. I sit on the prospect's chair. It was a prospect's chair because it had a stack of books on the back two legs of the chair. So you're always leaning forward, right? So I'm leaning forward on the chair, looking at the flip chart. It was not a digital one like this. It was like I think it might have even been a chalkboard. No, it was a flip chart. I'm looking at the flip chart and he draws this. And I immediately knew it was a Rolex. I was like, that is drawing a Rolex. Dad, why don't you just show me your big tease? And he goes, okay. And I'm like, Dad, you don't have to draw the straps of the Rolex. Like, I know it's a Rolex. Like, come on, like, bring it out. He says, how do you know what a Rolex is? I'm like, Dad, I don't. I have no idea. But like, everyone tells me I'm getting a Rolex. So he then does this. And I'm like, Dad, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? He said, I'm showing you the compensation plan. I know you've seen it 1,000 times, but it's time now for your first ever official presentation. You're the prospect. And I stopped him. I said, Dad, I've seen this 1,000 times. I know exactly what you're going to say next. He said, what am I going to say next? And I told him what he would say next. And he went, wow, really? You do listen. And I get out of my chair. And as I walk out of his office, he stops me and says, Fraze. My friends call me Fraze. Fraze. Would it be okay if I keep you posted on the progress? Would you be cool if I updated you on the progress? And I was like, yeah, whatever. That was him getting permission from me. And every 3 months from that moment onwards, he followed up with me. He followed up with me 16 times in 4 years. And years after I joined, I said to my dad, I said, Dad, why did you keep following up? Why did you keep following up with me, even though I said no, like 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, 15 times? And he said, Fraze, I have to prove to the universe, that I deserve success. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, I have to prove to the universe that I deserve success because if I'm not prepared to get my family involved in this business, I don't believe it's the right business for them. And this is the right business for every freaking one. I was like, wow. He said, I don't care how many times I would have had to follow up. I'm following up with every single person who's shown a little bit of interest over the years until they say yes. Les Brown says, it ain't over till I win. Right? One of the greatest speeches at the Georgia Dome, I think it was. It ain't over till I win. And it's true. Because if you're not following up, and this is social media already, by the way, you've just heard it in a different way. If you're not following up relentlessly with everyone you've spoken to, you do not believe that you are in the greatest business of all. And the equivalent of that is your partner coming home, for the women out there, your husband, your partner, your boyfriend coming home and saying, and you saying to them, am I the woman of your dreams? And you turn around to them and say, I'm 90% sure that you're the woman of my dreams. So the women in the room, what do you say? You don't want 90%, right? I think you're the woman of my dreams. You don't want 91%. You don't want 99%. You don't want 95%. You don't want 99%. What percentage do you want? I'm going to have it a guess that you want 100%. And 100% is not, I think this is a good business. If you change your mind, let me know. Hey, let's give it a try. Let's try it. It's not if, it's when. When you're ready to get started, I'll still be here. It's not, I think this is a great business. I know this is the best business for you to do. It's not, give it a try. It's together, let's triumph. It's the language that you use, but if you don't follow up every single time with your person, then you don't truly believe in what you're doing, and there's no point in doing it offline or online until you know you have that level of certainty. Whew. All right, so 16 follow-ups, 4 years later. I'm 21, going on to 22. And I go to my dad and I says, Dad, I know you're going to follow up with me real soon. I don't care because I'm in. And he said, why? What's changed? I said, social media. He said, Fraze, it's not it's a belly-to-belly business. It's a face-to-face business. You can't do it online. I said, Dad, your screen is there. Your belly, your screen, my screen, my belly. It's still a belly-to-belly business. It's just belly, screen, screen, belly. Like, that's it. And he was like, okay, prove it. Go and find a success story. So I spent 3 days trying to find a success story. Couldn't find one. There was not a single success story in 2009 of anyone who'd done it online. So I said, you know what, Dad? I'm going to be the first that I'm aware of. So he said, okay, before you do that, at least do one thing to prove to me that you want this business to work. Prove to the universe that you deserve it so that the universe can serve it, right? That's how it works. Said, okay, great. What? Let me guess. You're going to ask me to write you're going to ask me that I've got to write my list. And he goes, yeah, how did you know that? I said, Dad, I've heard you get people started a million times in my life. He says, okay, go upstairs to your bedroom and write a list of as many people as you can. Once it's done, come down. So I go upstairs and I write a list of 137 people. And I don't know about you guys, but I had two emotions. The first emotion was, I am so excited. I'm gonna be rich. Like when the people in the village join and different family members join, I am gonna be rich. The other emotion was, what am I gonna do when my grandmother says, Frazer, get a real job? What am I going to say when my best friend calls it a pyramid scheme? What am I going to say when my uncle says it works for you, people like your dad, but not for you? And I thought, oh, yeah, okay, I need to go speak to my dad. Went downstairs, he saw my list, and he sent me back upstairs. He said, go back upstairs and speak to 5 people at a time. I want you to speak to 5 people, invite them round to the house tonight. I'll do the presentation. I'll answer their questions, and if they're prepared to join, I'll get them started. You've just got to be in the room to make notes and watch it happen. I said, Dad, I've seen you do this a million times. I already know. He says, I don't care. This is day 1. So I go upstairs and I call my 5 friends. Number 1, no. Number 2, no. Number 3, no. Number 4, no. Number 5, no. So instead of going downstairs, I decided to keep going because I didn't want to depress my dad. I wanted to impress him. I didn't want to make him depressed. I wanted to make him impressed. So I kept going. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. 10, no. No, 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 no. I got 27 no's in a row. And I don't know about any of you guys, but there's very, very, very few people in network marketing who's had 27 no's in a row. And I've spoke about network marketing. I've been paid to speak in 40 countries in network marketing. Hardly anyone's had that level of failure, 27 no's in a row. I did, but I kept going. So bit of a story with this one. So I go downstairs to quit. I'm thinking, I'm quitting. This is the most stupid business ever. I cannot believe my dad has convinced me, like a scam artist, to join this business. So I was like, I'm going to quit. So instead of walking downstairs, I decided to stamp downstairs so that he could hear me coming. I got to the bottom of the staircase. The whole house was shaking with rage. I turned to my right. My dad's office door was 7 steps ahead, but the door was closed. And I thought, oh, I wish he could see me coming. So he knew that by the end of the day, he would not be my dad. It was bad. So I get to his office door, put my right hand on the office door. I'm about to throw it open. And for some really, really weird reason, I wish I knew why, maybe the universe helped me out, I turned to my left where you guys are, and my mum was on the other side of a glass door dancing like that scene from Ms. Doubtfire. I don't know if you guys remember that movie where like Ms. Doubtfire is dancing with the Hoover like a crazy person. And I was flooded with joy. I was so happy to see my mom happy. So instead of quitting, I took my right hand off my dad's office door. I put it on the kitchen door, opened it up, and the song playing on the radio sent the sirens off in my head, and it was a sign. It was a sign for sure, because the song went like this. Don't judge me with my singing, but I'm going to sing it anyway. It's a European song. No, 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 there's no limit. No, 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 there's no limit, no limit, no reach for the sky, no valley too deep, no mountain too high, no, no limit. Now I'm thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. Because moments ago, the reason why I was about to quit is because all I heard was no, 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 from my prospects, right? And I thought, if my list has no limit, my business has no limit. If my business has no limit, my income has no limit. If my income has no limit, my freedom has no limit. And if my freedom has no limit, my legacy has no limit. And I thought, ooh, they don't make statues of you because of your success. They make statues of you because of your significance. How do you get significance? Create a legacy. It's not about the money you make. It's not about the money you make. It's about the legacy that you leave through the significance that you have. The measurement of success is determined by the number of people who mention your name in their success story. So at the next event, keep a running tally of everyone who says, I want to give thanks to, boom, 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 boom. The person who gets the most mentions is the most successful people. And I'm pretty sure God will be mentioned a lot. He or she did really well. Super successful. Gets mentioned a lot in people's success stories. All right. So that's the first part, by the way, of social media. Ooh, the Rolex, not the Rolex. There we are. La, 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 la. You have to find people every single day on social media. But how, Frazer? How? Forget the how. Focus on the who. The how is going to confuse you every single day. In fact, the devil has introduced the how just to distract you. Because when you learn how to do things, how to do one thing ends up learning how to do another thing, which ends up learning how to do another thing, which ends up how to do another thing, which ends up how to do another thing, which guess what? Ends up how to do another thing, which guess what that leads to? How to do another thing, and then how to do another thing. And then it leads to how to do another thing. And before you know it, you're a broke know-it-all. You know the answer to every question and you've got no money. Because you think that knowing the name of the owner's goldfish is going to bring you success. I know. It's lucky. Instant success. I know everything. No. Doesn't work that way. So the devil brought the how to, but really it's the who. It's the same letters. You just got to rearrange them. Who in the team is finding people? Who is in the team is finding people every single day. Find that out and learn from them. Now, yes, they might teach you the how, but at least you know it's relevant. You're not going, hey, I'm a TikTok expert. I live in the basement of my mum's house. I can teach you how to go viral on TikTok so that you feel great. You won't make any sales from it, but you'll feel good. No. Find the who, and they will show you how to find people. But finding people every day, what it does is it creates a crazy energy because you never run out of people to talk to. And then the desperation doesn't kick in like, please, JP, please join my business. I'll pay for you to join. I'll send you my credit card details, and then you join. Just don't tell my upline, right? When you have a call, just tell your upline that you joined, right? And then like, I'll pay for you to join. You're desperate for them to join. Just please join. No. So you got to find people every single day. That's the first step. The second step is you got to ask the flipping question. So many people, I'll tell you this. This is a wild thing, I guess. It's kind of obvious, but it still baffles me that every single person, not just on this call, not just in this company, but in the entire industry, haven't spoken to 99% of the people they're friends with on Facebook or followers with on Instagram. And you're so focused on how to go viral and build a brand and grow your following to get new followers and blah, blah, blah. So that you wake up one morning and a person has messaged you saying, Frazer, I've seen your Instagram story pop up, and I would really like the link to join your team. I'm going to pay it the highest package, and I'm going to introduce this to my entire community. I run a community. I've got 3,000 people, and they do whatever I tell them to do in 0.37 seconds. I'm waiting for the link. Thank you. I can't wait for this. And I will never need to ask you any questions. I'm going to be an independent leader from moment one. It does not happen ever. But you're acting like it is. You're like, I'm waiting for them to come to me. I am going to investigate why they're not coming to me instead of being the instigator. Stop being the investigator. Start being the instigator. The person who instigates the conversation wins. Start a conversation, you will win. Be a good human being, you will win. Follow up like a human being, you will win. Instead of trying to attract everyone. You know the word action is in the word attraction? Big clue. Action is shorter than attraction. And this is coming from someone who teaches attraction marketing and social media. Hello. But you know what I want more than for myself to win? You guys to win. Because that's where significance is born, right? I am now a 6-star because I heard this thing once on the 2nd of November, 2024, and it changed everything for me, where I had to flipping reach out to people that are already following me and friending me and asking them some simple questions. Yay! That's my wish. So we got to ask the question. All the question is to see if someone is open. Because so many of you guys are going to a closed door and trying to close it. That means you go to a closed door and you go, oh, I'll open it up. Open, close. If the door is already closed, keep it closed. Your goal is to find the open doors and then look to close them. So I find Mary on a Facebook group and I ask her, maybe I'm building a bit of a relationship. Depends on your style. Depends on like what you're into. Like a lot of people don't like small talk, but building a relationship is different to small talk. And then I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to ask this person if they're open. Screw it. Got nothing to lose. If I don't ask, I don't get. If I don't ask, I'll never know. So I'm going to go to Melanie. Hey, Melanie, just curious. I was thinking about you this morning. I know it's not. Hello. Hey, Melanie. Hello. I know it sounds a little bit crazy. I was thinking about you this morning, but I'm just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing system to make money online? No worries if not, I just thought I'd ask. So now what I've done is I've created curiosity, like game-changing system to make money online. Ooh, what's that? Okay. If she says, yes, I'm open, great. If she ignores me or ghosts me, I go cry about it. Not really. And so many of you are afraid to ask the question. So I am going to show you a scientifically proven process to get over that fear. Okay. This is what I need you to do. Put your pen down for a moment. For those of you making notes. If you've got sleeves, you might need to roll them up. And I need you to put your left hand, give me a little wave with your left hand. Hello. Hello. I need you to point it up vertically. Okay. Then with your right hand, hello. Tilt your hand out about 45 degrees. Okay. Now with your right hand again, take your wrist and twist it so it's facing you. Okay. Now, with your pointing finger of your right hand, give me a little finger wave. Hey, bonjour. Now I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, go. When I say go, I want you to do with this finger what I do. Okay? Just kidding. All right, there we are. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, good. That's how you ask someone the question. You tap the buttons and you hit the enter button on your phone. That's all you got to do. Every single one of you have just proven to me that you can ask someone the question on the internet. You tap the button on your phone, you hit enter. Ta-da! 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, 32 level unicorn star. You can all do it. But for some reason, you're like, I can't. What if they say no? I get it. I've been there. Then find who has had the most amount of rejection and the most amount of success. How do they get over it? Find the who, the who, the who. Okay? So we find, and then we ask the question. Now, just because someone says they're open doesn't mean they're qualified. There are two types of people who say they're open: a suspect and a prospect. The suspect is curious. A prospect is serious. A suspect is curious. Ooh, what is it? What does she do? What does she do? What does JP do? What does Sue do? Sen, what does Sen do? Veronica, what does Veronica? Anthony, Annika, what does she, like, what do these guys do? A suspect is curious. So you know what they do? You send them the link. You're like Oprah Winfrey. You get a link. You get a link. Everyone gets a link. You're sharing the link out like a lunatic, thinking that it's a numbers game, but it's only a numbers game if you play the game right. So you're sending the link out to 100 people, and every single person ghosts you. And then you're calling JP, and you're going, JP, the presentation sucks. It's not working. I put 100 people through it, and like everyone's ghosting me, ignoring me. It just doesn't work. And JP's like, I don't really know what to say to that, because it looks like you put 100 people on it, but you put 100 of the wrong people on it. And it's very, very easy to get over this problem. You need to qualify to ensure that you have prospects on the presentation. Prospects on the presentation, because prospects watch the entire presentation or watch the entire video or stay on the Zoom call. Suspects don't. They jump off within 37 seconds because they're looking for a reason to say no or ghost you. That's what suspects do. They're looking for a reason. Prospects don't. Prospects stay. Prospects are serious. Suspects are curious. Prospects are serious. So I say, I'm just curious. Would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing system to make money online? No worries if not. Just thought I would ask. Hell yeah, I'm open to that. That sounds amazing. Okay, great. Why? Did you know that leaders are seeders? People say that leaders are readers. Not true. It can help. It can help. Winston Churchill wasn't reading books while they were dropping bombs in the UK. He was planting seeds of hope, of dreams, of doubt. So imagine this. I'm a visual guy, right? So I have to come up with like visuals for every point. It's just, I've got Les Brown to thank for that. He was the teacher of that. So here's the ground. Every time you ask the question to someone, the seed, which is the person, is planted on the ground. What happens when you come back to follow up with it or nurture it? It's vanished. Why? The birds take it for bird food. Jim Rohn used to say, the birds, right? The birds got the seeds. So like, what do? Every time you ask a question after you've planted the seed, you dig a hole. Ask another question, dig a hole. Ask another question, dig a hole. Now this seed is planted deep. No one can get it. The only person who knows where that seed is you. You return to that person, you follow up with them, you nurture, and eventually we have a big, tall, red tree in this example. I know, color choice was not perfect, but whatever. All right? Because the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. So important to remember this. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. So, someone says, yes, I'm open. Why? What's got you curious? Why do you want an extra income? Why do you want income online? What would life look like when you can make a few hundred extra a month? How much do you need to be able to do this full time? Just ask the questions that you ask. They're important, but you don't need to know exactly what to say as long as it's a question that gets them to give you an answer. Because if they're a suspect, guess what they do? They ghost you when you ask the question. And now you know it's not the presentation. It's the person. And once you've got a prospect, that's when you get them on the presentation. That's when you invite them to your home. That's when you get them on the Zoom call. That's when you send a 7-minute video. That's when you get them on a webinar. That's when you get them on a conference call, whatever your system might be. You find, you ask, you show, and you want to move fast? You want to move real fast? Track everything. Now, 80% of you are going to hate me for saying this, because the reality is 80% of you will hate tracking. But there's one thing every single real business has, every single real successful business has: they track. I promise you that if you go and look at the Dow 100, the S&P 100, S&P 500 even, the 500 most successful companies in the US right now, I guarantee they track every single thing. Why? Because every quarter, because they're public, every quarter they have to release all their numbers. The profit they made, the expenditure, the revenue, they have to let you know everything. Otherwise, they get huge fines. So you got to treat your business like a billion-dollar corporation. If I come to you and say, hey, how many people did you speak to today? And you go, a lot. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. How many people did you speak to this week? I don't know. Then I don't know what you're doing wrong. Right? You can't say a lot. You can't say, I don't know. You can't use words, because words lie. Men lie, women lie. They use words that are lies. Numbers do not lie. 1 + 1 is always 2, even if it doesn't feel like it. It's always going to be 2. So you've got to track. You've got to track. How many people have I spoken to? How many people are on the presentation? How many follow-ups? How many people joined? Because when you know the result, when you know the activity that can get the result, you know the activity goal you have to set to be able to get the result. Instead of, JP, come on, this month, November to remember, I am going to flip and crush it. I'm going to recruit 10 people this month. And you say, JP turns around to you and says, how many presentations are you going to do then? And you're going to, a lot. So then where's the evidence, or where's the proof that you're going to get the 10 team members? I don't know, I'm just on fire. Hey, I'm so happy that you're on fire, but we got to have some numbers. You want 10 recruits, you're probably going to need to do 80 presentations. Maybe less, maybe more. I know you guys are in a company where everyone joins, right? We do 10 presentations, we get 12 people join. Woohoo! I know, everything you touch turns to gold. It's great. Okay, so it was very important that you track. It's important also that you find the reason why someone says no. Because if Kelly tells me, I've got no money, I've got no time, that's what I'm going to follow up on. Because my expectation is that I want you to say yes the first time you see this, but I don't expect you to say yes. And every 3 months, I'm going to follow up. Hey, Kelly, last time we spoke, money was an issue. Hey, Marcia, last time we spoke, time was an issue. Is that still the case? No, it's not. Great. Do you want to have another look? Like, nope, I'm all good with money now. Oh, sorry, yes, money is still an issue. I hate seeing my friends struggle. Let me help you. Follow up like a human being. Not, hey, Marcia, just following up. That presentation you saw 3 months ago, I'm still here. Look how much money I made last week. Woo! Instead, be a human being. Follow up on the things that because the follow-up is what you find out here. Why do you want to make more money? Why do you want to make money online? Because I hate my job. Hey, Denise, been 3 months since we last spoke. I'm curious. Are you still in that job that you hate? Because almost everyone in the world doesn't have people that truly care about their situation. Family and friends, they care in moments, but truly talk to them about their life. Everyone wants to talk about their drama, their problems, gossip, and the things they're excited about. Oh, the weather sucks, doesn't it? Oh, have you heard about so-and-so? Ooh, I'm going on holiday next week. That's what people care about. So if you show interest in other people's problems, you're interested instead of being interesting, you will win. All right? So I probably need to come up for air and breathe just for a moment. And some of you are probably thinking, I thought this was like a social media thing. Social media is a people thing. Think about it. Facebook posts 0.00000000001% of all content on social media. Who creates that platform? We do. So social media is a people business. So you got to find people, you got to ask people questions, you've got to show them, you've got to show yourself and the universe whether they're a suspect or a prospect, and then show a presentation, and then you need to track. Tracking is the key. Otherwise, you move fast and not fast. Fast is not a word. We've just kind of just created it just now. All right. Don't move fast. Move fast. You got to do these 4 things. So, guys, I'm super grateful. JP, I don't know if it's cool, but I've got like a social media workshop next weekend. I can talk about it for a few moments if that's cool. Unless there's an event happening. Do you have any events happening next weekend at all? Because if so,
I definitely want us to promote that. But I also want to take a moment to ask you a question. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because this has been so valuable. You and I talked about doing this months ago, and we had to coordinate our schedules. And so it's just an honor. Because in the industry of network marketing, we are passionate about this industry. We notice the people in our industry who are passionate, and we see each other, we see one another. And I know you're cheering me on, I'm cheering you on as well. And I appreciate that. I thank you so much for that. But you came from a family of network marketers, your dad being the network marketer. And so much of what you taught today was some tips, how to. But as I observe the organization, what I see more of needed Frazer, is the confidence, the energy. Nobody gave you anything. Your dad being a millions of dollars in the industry, you had to figure it out for you. And so many people want, show me how, give me the deep, give me the, but at the end of the day, you had to figure it out. I had to figure it out. Now, you had a great mentor. I have a good mentor. Mr. Bradley's a great mentor. But I had to do the work. You had to do the work. And so that's where I see a disconnect, is the actual motivation to figure it out and just do it. The confidence level, the energy. Where did you get those things? Because social media, like you said, was non-existent. You had to take the confidence, the energy. When you went downstairs and your mom was dancing, something snapped in you that said, I need to get my energy up. I need to figure this out. I can't give up. We have so many people, good people on this Zoom today. It's not that they're totally oblivious to how to talk to people. They don't have the confidence, the energy, the motivation to do it.
So I believe that motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you going. And I've been motivated a lot of times in my business. And it was when I had to find the discipline to keep going and break through. So the two things, the first one is your breakthrough happens when you break free from your current environment, always, guaranteed, 100%. As soon as you break free from your current environment, you will have a breakthrough. So it's the hardest thing to do and the easiest thing for me to say. Who are the people in your life who are holding you back? Like, be very aware and overwhelm that number of people with people who want you to win. All right. It's very easy for me to tell you, but some of you are going to have to make some hard decisions to step away from a current environment that's holding you back. How do I build this with an unsupportive spouse? Get them involved, right? Don't have these private conversations. Like, introduce your mentor to them. So that's the first thing. Break free to have a breakthrough. We could speak for an hour, 3 hours, 10 hours, 3 days, a whole year on that. But the second thing was I learned very, very quickly that there's two things you have to do. And it's so simple that it feels illegal to know it. But again, the universe, God, whatever your beliefs are, they gave us 2 feet for a reason. And this is why. Every time you do 1 hour of learning, you move your left foot forward. And every time you do 1 hour of action, you move your right foot forward. So imagine this. It's very difficult for me to show you visually on this call, but my left foot represents learning the basics, and my right foot represents doing the basics. Basics being find, ask, show, track. Find, ask, show, track. So here's what most people do. Try and walk in a straight line, just moving your left foot forward. It's impossible. So what happens is your right foot is staying right on the ground, and you go and learn the basics, and then you learn the basics, and then you learn the basics, and you go round and round and round in circles. And the same applies if you just keep doing the basics. If you don't keep learning them, you eventually forget them. So then you learn. Sorry, you do. And you're walking in a completely different direction. Your mentor is saying, come on, learn the basics, do the basics, 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 learn the basics, do the basics. And you're over there in someday land, in one day land, in never gonna get it land. If it's not made for people like me land, you're over there somewhere thinking, why is it not working? It can't be that simple, because to make millions of dollars, it's got to be a complicated business. No, it flipping doesn't. It doesn't. Starbucks, you order your coffee, you get your coffee. McDonald's, you order your meal, you get your meal. Apple, you order your product, you get your product. Any clothes store, you order, you choose your clothes, you get your clothes. It's 2 steps. Network marketing, you learn the basics, you do the basics. You learn the basics, you do the basics. You get bored of the basics, So you have a call with your mentor. They tell you to do the basics. You do the basics. You learn the basics. That's what I would do. That's where the discipline comes from. So there we are.
That's some good stuff, man. That's what I'm talking about. That was the answer to my question. The how to, but you got to do. You can take notes all day. 4-star directors. I have a lot of amazing 4-stars. You were just hanging out with Louise the other day. And I love her. I'll be in London actually Wednesday. I'll be in the UK the 6th through the 10th. So I would love to introduce you to some of these champions. Where are the 4-star directors? I want you guys to come on and say hello to Frazer and thank him before he introduces a big announcement about what he's doing. But where are our 4-star generals?
Legend, Frazer.
Oh, hey, Lavonda, how are you?
I'm amazing.
So good to see you.
Yes. So yes, meet my upline, right? JP Watkins Muke. So Frazer and I are good friends. Oh my gosh. Started with Day.
Lavonda has taken social media to the next level. I mean, she's just really, really great with it. And but her work ethic, you know, what did you say? Learn it and do it. She's a doer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, listen, when I Dare You came out, I was in a group. I was like, I just remembered those basics, those fundamentals, and you just killed it. I have 5 pages of notes. I love learning. I love the execution. I mean, the energy is always incredible. My kids grew up hearing Frazer, right, at 3 and 4 years old. And so they would hear me like binge watch his videos. And, you know, I just always appreciate your leadership and sharing your knowledge and wisdom with the world. So thank you so very much for this. Thank you, Coach, for setting this up.
This was awesome.
Good to see you.
4 stars.
Hey, Frazer.
Long time no see.
Just said it there, 5 pages of notes, but I had all those notes from the weekend as well. There's just so much value over and over and over again. There's so much value that you're delivering and your energy is just through the roof. So I'm so glad. I know I begged you to come back to the UK again and you said it'll be a few years. I'm so glad that so many of our team are plugged into this so that they start seeing what you are doing online, because literally when I, lost my upline, I didn't know who JP was at the time. Like, I was small fry then, like I was a little gold builder. JP was like this glowing 4-star, top income earner. She didn't know who I was. And that was when I found you. So I'm so, so grateful that you're just around and you're doing everything you are for the entire industry. It's phenomenal.
Oh, you guys, I appreciate it.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Amazing. 4-star generals, where are you?
I'm here. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Kiana is on the beach and she's taking it to the bank and the beach. She's on a cruise.
Beach money. Come on. I love it.
Yes. I love your energy. You're a millennial like me. You have big blue energy, and the way you teach, I just embrace it. I love that you're high energy, you're fun, you make it fun, and you make it simple. Like, just do the simple stuff. That is one of my main things I say is whoever does the simple stuff wins the game. We just gotta do it. And I love that you just put it in a simple form, and I'm hoping everybody took something from it, because I know I did, and it was definitely a pleasure. So thank you for being on here, and we definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Coach JP, for setting up to just having this mogul on the line, who is definitely someone I've been following.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Kiana Gregory. 4-star general, I don't know, Jen Smith, Stephanie Cloutier, Cindy Brueggerman. They are at a conference. Are you guys on today? They are at I just want to check and see if they're in the building, but they are at also another leadership conference with Ray Higdon as well, Frazer. So they are wishing us, sending their love. Jen, Stephanie, Cindy. Okay. So we just wanted to acknowledge you ladies and to let you know we love you. Frazer, let's talk about the next move. You're offering a summit, seminar, what is the conference? What are we calling it?
Yeah, I've got 3 minutes and then I have to jump onto another call. So before I do that, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. It's the great way to start November. Really one to remember for sure. So what we're doing is, because people are overcomplicating social media, we're basically taking everyone back to basics. Again, basics better, more often. So we're doing something called Social Selling Secrets. It's a bit of a mouthful. But it's triple S. I like those little like play on words. Social Selling Secrets. It's 8th, 9th, and 10th of November. And we're going to walk you through how to set up your social media profiles on day one. Then what content do you need to create in order to move people from stranger to friend, friend to follow, friend to family, which is also stranger to joining your team. And then day 3, we're going to talk about all the language you need to use in the messenger, like every single word, every single script, every single objection, everything you need to do on social media, what to do when someone follows you, what to do when someone comments, everything, but the basics. Nothing that's going to make you go, oh God, it's too complicated. It's too technical. I need to like look like a superstar for it to work. I've got to have the right hair and the face. No. Like, it's the absolute basics that once you do these 3 days, it's like an hour and a half each day. So an hour and a half, an hour and a half, an hour and a half, and you just repeat that training over and over and over again. Let me be the who for social media to get you the success that you truly deserve. So it's if you want the link, I'll put the link in the chat, but then JP, I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Just because I know it gets lost in the I know it gets lost in the feed as well. But it's FrazerBrookes.com/secrets. That's the link. That's the link there, and yeah, I'll put it in a few times just so you guys can see it. But I'll send it to you as well, JP, so you have it. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and it's super affordable for everyone. We don't want money to be a boundary for people. So yeah, there we are.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. You are amazing. Thank you for being an advocate for the industry of network marketing. I love the industry. You love the industry, and you want massive success for everyone. So thank you so much.
Right.
Have an amazing day. Keep blessing the world. I want to ask my directors to stay on the Zoom. Bye, Frazer.
Bye, guys. Big love.
Bye.
Ciao.
Directors, we want to ask you to stay. Everybody else, have a good day. And you can stop recording, Kevin Williams. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you got a lot of value. I hope you guys got a lot of value.